What's going on, everybody? Nah, but for real, it's the Prince coming to you live. Obviously, y'all see the stream. This is about how I was able to quit my day job to become a funded day trader. And yeah, really just wanted to give y'all some insight on this journey, this 5 year journey that I've been on to the point where I've successfully become a funded day trader. And man, such a huge blessing to see the fruits of my labor, that all the work that I've been putting in. And yeah, really just to kind of start the journey off, or really, I guess why, the reason why I quit my job. Obviously, one of the reasons was, I became a funded day trader, but the big reason why I quit was that I wasn't able to be a funded day trader with the job that I was currently working at. So I was working at Fidelity Investments. I was a licensed agent, and basically you can't trade on behalf of somebody or trade in another account while you're carrying your license. So I did have to disassociate myself with the company in order to pursue this profession. And luckily I have a supportive partner who can help keep things afloat and everything like that. So I felt like we were in a good place. It was time to take the risk, and just deep down, that sense of freedom it meant a lot to me. That time freedom is almost more important than that, than the financial freedom, because if you have the time to really pour into yourself, the money's gonna come, the wealth is gonna come. So it's not just about the money; it's definitely about the time. Just want to be there, be more present for my family, for my daughter, for my partner. They got a lot of stuff going on, and I want to be there, be present to support them. But yeah, other than that, I've been on this journey for like 5 years, man. It's been a long 5 years. Really got introduced to day trading by Forex. I was reached out to on social media about Forex. After I heard about it, I went through the training and the education on it. I was sold. I was sold on it. It was something where I was like, I'm gonna do that. Like no matter what it takes, I'm gonna see it through. And I mean, I always knew that I was going to be working with numbers. I graduated college with a major. I majored in accounting, minored in finance. So I knew I was going to be doing something with numbers. But at the end of the day, when it came to that office setting and doing a 9 to 5 and contributing to somebody else's dream, when I'm not really putting that much time into mine, it just didn't sit right with me. So I knew that there had to be something greater for me. And luckily, this came across my path. And so from there, yeah, I got introduced to it. I joined a multi-level marketing team. They really hyped everything up. They made it look good, made it look sexy and everything like that. But when it got to the nitty and gritty of it, they weren't really trading like that. They were more so pushing the marketing aspect of it and just was trying to recruit people, build a team. And so that didn't really sit right with me, so I fell off. And then I found a new team who really traded. They really introduced me to a smarter way of trading. And not only that, they really helped start my personal development journey, like developing my mind, changing the way I think, opening up my mind to different perspectives. How money really works. Obviously, introduced to Rich Dad Poor Dad. Just the different ways that you can make money. And some people really make most of their money, or only are investing. So what I'm saying, they're not really trading time for money. They're making their money make more money for them, which is the most it seems like the most efficient thing to do in today's age. So that really opened up my perspectives, like, okay, yeah, this is the route that I need to be on. I want that time freedom, I want that lifestyle, to be able to travel wherever I want, do whatever I want, provide for whoever I want. And so after that, I just really went through the motions of going through different strategies, different mentors, different educators. But that really only got me so far. Like personally, personal development only got me so far. I felt like I had to, go deeper with it. It just wasn't the personal development. I had to do some internal work. Heal some belief systems, heal some the traumas that I went through, things like that, to really make way to become a more profitable trader. Because um, really was stuck in a sense of survival and everything like that. Trying to make money. I'm used to making money this way, and so I had to really do some deep work to let go of that in order to to receive this new type of lifestyle. So definitely grateful for all that, and yeah, basically the time and hard work paid off eventually to the point where I'm here. I was able to consistently make profit, and I got my funded account was top step. Currently working on my second one, and yeah, that's what this whole channel is for, is just to be able to provide value, help somebody else who might be on a similar journey as to me. Whether it's personal development, spirituality, developing your consciousness, whatever you want to call it, and obviously investing. Let's free ourselves, and level up. That's what it's all about, leveling up. And yeah, really just that's what this channel is for. I appreciate y'all. Any support, any feedback, what I'm saying. Really, other than that, we can just really get onto the charts. And I mean, obviously, y'all learn more about me as I'm doing more of these live streams and everything like that. So let me just get this all together. So I got to switch this first. I'm still learning how to navigate social media and really streaming, producing content for real. So let's see. All right, so I got that. So yeah, so basically what I'm going to show you is just really how I approach the market, how I approach the charts. Obviously, you want to look at the news first. Today's Thursday, December 5th. All the major news has already happened for the day. It's 10:20 a.m. All the major news has happened, but it is the first week of the month, so we got some major news coming out tomorrow. All that good stuff. So yeah, tomorrow's probably gonna be a crazy day. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. But let's see what we're working with today. See if there's any opportunities, or I just want to let y'all know what's going on in my mind, what I'm looking for. Obviously, S&P 500. This is from a higher time frame perspective. The daily, just bullishness. It's easy to see, and what bullishness is just the market is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. It's just going upward and onward, what I'm saying? So that's what bullishness means. So just dropping down to the 4 hour. When I come down to the 4 hour, obviously I'm just looking for structure again. So right here, price retrace, then expanded, retrace, and it is currently expanding. So on the higher time frame, we are definitely expanding. Price does seem to be slowing up a bit. So this is just, I'm getting the sentiment, I'm getting a feel of what's going on with the price. And also mark up any major areas from here, but right now I'm not really seeing too much of a major area on the higher time frame. We did have this 4 hour imbalance right here that we came into, and what imbalance means is just that price had an imbalance. We had way more buy orders than sell orders coming in, so price basically almost skipped this area. So if price were to return, we know that there's some demand here because people weren't able to get their price efficiency on their orders, and we can expect for it to come back there to get more orders filled. So just gonna keep on dropping down to the lower time frame. This is some previous stuff that I had here. Clean that up. I'll leave that. That might be relevant in the future. So yeah, what I see based on this 1 hour time frame, obviously I'm just gonna deal with right here. We're obviously bullish and expanding. So what I like to do, I kind of like to mark off the highs and lows that I'm currently working with. So on the higher time frame, I would like to see price come back down into this low before going higher. So retrace to expand again, same thing over and over again, But other than that, I do see this liquidity right here. This looks really good to me. So I already got that marked up. And what liquidity is It's just basically opinions, orders. So people are probably buying all up in here, buying here, stop losses here. So if price were to come down, that would those people would have to sell out of their positions, and then that would give opportunity for the market to buy and go back up. So obviously that's what we're kind of seeing right here. Price came below these lows and it's starting to go up. And if we just keep dropping down to the lower time frame, this is where my strategy really comes into plays on the 15 minute. And basically what I'm looking for whenever it comes to the 15 minute, I use the RSI indicator, and really just waiting for price or the RSI indicator to give me a oversold or overbought signal. And what I would be looking for right now is the oversold, which is basically less than 30 on this RSI indicator, which lets me know that, hey, enough selling has gone on. We can look for the market to turn and buys will or might be favorable. And so that's one of the things that I'm looking for. We don't got that yet, so I'm really not looking to get into the market just yet. But also another thing that I'm looking for is an area of interest. So what we got right here on the lower time frame, if I go down to the 5 minute, is this area of interest, which is demand. So for my area of interest, it could be supply, demand, or imbalance. And right here you can see we have this down move before this expansion move, and that would be demand. This move right here is what supported this move up. So they sold the market down to get a better price, and then price moved higher. So if price were to come back, I would call that a mitigation. So to mitigate these sell orders that they put in here, close out those orders, and price will continue to go higher. So those are the three biggest things that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for liquidity, which we have here, area of interest, which we have here, and then a 15-minute oversold area down there. And actually, I guess it's really one more thing, and then I'm also looking for divergence. So really what I would want to happen is, well, technically we already diverge right here. And what divergence is basically that price is doing something that the momentum is not doing. It's doing the opposite of what the momentum is doing. So I'll mark this up right here. I'll remove that. So yeah, this is what I would call a hidden divergence, hidden bullish divergence. So this is a continuation theme. And basically price made this low and made a higher low, but on the indicator price made a low and then made a lower low. So that right there is telling you that price was more oversold here than it was here previously, even though that this price was lower. So that lets you know that price would want to continue going up, and we see that it's doing that right there, but it didn't fit my parameters. But technically, yeah, it didn't even come into this imbalance. So this is not a trade for me. You really got to be patient whenever it comes to this. Be disciplined. Wait for everything to set up the way that you intended for, because if not, things can definitely go wrong. But I'm just going to take a further look here on the 5 minute to see what happened. So yeah, we took this liquidity and we went higher. And I mean, if you really want to get technical with it, let me see. So yeah, the divergence is my biggest thing. So divergence, the only thing that we got right here is the divergence and the liquidity. And then the last thing that I'm looking for before I enter the trade is an engulfing candle. And we did get that right here. So this is the engulfing candle right here. I'll mark this up. So that's the engulfing candle right here. So basically this engulfing candle was larger than the previous candle. That's what an engulfing candle is. It engulfed the previous candle. So that's the last thing I need for entry, but it didn't come to my area of interest. So if this all would have played out in my area of interest, I would have took this trade, but it looks like, it's leaving without me, and that's cool. It's cool, but this definitely is looking like a trade that I would have took. So I'm gonna just mark it up and see what it's looking like. 14 pips, and I always target the EMA. So that's also another reason why I may have not took this trade, because the EMA is just so close to the entry. But typically I target the EMA or a 2-to-1. Right now this trade would have been sitting at a 1-to-1. Just needs to go a little bit higher for the 2-to-1. So let's see what price does. But yeah, that's really all that it comes down to whenever I'm looking at taking a trade and how I approach the markets. I'm just really trying to understand the sentiment of the market. Are we bullish, bearish? Are we expanding or retracing? And then once we get down to the lower time frame, I'm looking for liquidity to be taken. I'm looking for the overbought or oversold. Looking for RSI divergence, area of interest, and then an engulfing candle. That's what I'm gonna get into. Enter on the engulfing candle. Really got my confirmations right here. Right here. So yeah, step 1, I'm looking for higher time frame, or expanding or retracing. Step 2, look for any higher time frame areas of interest, and then obviously RSI divergence on a higher time frame, and then get down to the 15-minute, see for bullish or bearish, or expanding or retracing. And then yeah, looking for that area of interest, which I had right there. Liquidity was there. On the 15-minute, we were not oversold, so that's also a couple reasons why I didn't get into the trade. We weren't oversold yet, but yeah, that's really what it comes down to. I'll go over some trades that I missed yesterday just to give y'all some more context. Let's see. So yeah, this was a trade that I would have took right here. Let me see what it looked like on the 15-minute first. So we already know what's going on with the higher time frame. We're bullish, we're expanding, everything's lined up. Lower time frame and higher time frame both are expanding. So it's easiest to catch buys right here. So, but if we're looking at specifically this low, and I do consider the wicks are part of my analysis, I would look at this as divergence, and then this range where price didn't really know what they wanted to do, was just forming liquidity. It needed sponsorship for this buy that it was planning out how I like to see it. So we got the liquidity, we got the RSI divergence. We don't have the overbought or oversold areas, but if you are looking at the RSI indicator, if it's under 50, that is giving you a good indication that a buy is, it's more probable, more favorable. But it's even more favorable whenever it's under 30. That means it's more oversold. And so yeah, we got the RSI divergence, got the liquidity, and if you drop down to the lower time frame on the 5-minute, let's see what else we're working with. No areas of interest, for real. We're just gonna keep dropping down the lower time frame. We're gonna go to the 4-minute. Yeah, and then so now when you go to the 4-minute, you can see this big candle, which was a wick on the higher time frame. So this was like, I would call it manipulation. A big candle like that, definitely, an area where they would want to mitigate and continue on with these buys. And so yeah, price did come back into this area of interest. And yeah, right here on the 4 minute, you get an engulfing candle as well. And yeah, this is why I had the entry right here. So yeah, right after that candle close, after this engulfing candle, I would have got in that joint, you know what I'm saying? 2 to 1 right there, and everything is checked out on the 4 minute. You got the EMA is pretty close to the 2 to 1 mark, so that would have been a nice trade for me. You would have got off, but if I would have been able to, you know, get in it, you could also target these highs right here, which is also a form of liquidity, which is a target right there. That would have been a 1 to 4, you know what I'm saying? Risk $100, make 400, and then ultimately it went to almost a 1 to 10. So yeah, that's really just a little bit on, you know, how I trade, how I approach the markets. You know, let me look at it, see what price is doing now. Let's see if it's gonna come back. Yeah, I don't think price is gonna come back, but I would like to see, you know, hopefully price stalls out all through the day into the you know, the Asian session, and then hopefully when we get that news, we get a pullback into this area of interest. We'll see how it reacts with this 15-minute low, or maybe, you know, this low, and maybe catch a buy tomorrow. You know, have end the week off good. So yeah, that's a little insight. Let me go ahead and switch these screens, get back on this. But yeah, that's just a little introduction to what we got going on here. You know, I really just want to provide a space for, you know, like-minded individuals to come and congregate. You know, we can bounce ideas off of each other, help each other out on our game plans, and, you know, way we approach our markets, approach life. Definitely gonna be dropping some gems, man, for sure. And yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed.